So, dear Jan, I'm extremely happy to be here, you know, because we have been planning this meeting since many years.
That's right.
Actually, I remember when we last time met, it was in Germany, and the time with the conference, 2024, where I had the joy and the honor to share the stage with you on the Time Weather Congress. And I remember then I said to myself, no, this time really we have to find a way to be here, to see the lab, and yeah, and here I am. I'm extremely happy.
I'm also happy and very glad to see you again.
You know, I had the interview with you already twice, and each time I said a lot about you, but from my point of view, it was through my lenses. Jan Rak, Professor Jan Rak, through lenses of Dobrosława Kwiatkowska. But I thought this time, maybe I will ask you that you introduce yourself through your lenses. Who is Professor Jan Rak today?
Today, I think I'm more and more as an alchemist, you know, because I have a big passion for physics and for a deeper layer of physics, which are kind of interconnecting the spiritual and science, you know, spirituality and science. So, and I see more and more the new dimensions which are related to electricity, which are related to plasma physics, which are related to condensed matter physics, and so on. And I see everywhere kind of the same story, and the story is about the connection between the ancient wisdom and the modern kind of scientific view, right? The point is that from my point of view, I believe that the scientists are not enough courageous to kind of to accept what they discover. Right? For example, quantum physics is here for more than 100 years, but we are still living in the objective paradigm of materialism, local realism, and so forth. But the quantum physics is telling us for more than 100 years the different story, right? That what we see, the real world, is a result of observation, and if not observed, it doesn't really exist, right? So, and I see more and more, you know, so that's kind of, I'm speaking about the topics which is most attractive for me, and I think my purpose, I felt that the whole kind of, I feel that for many years, my purpose is to provide the inspiration for other people, that if you are brave enough, you know, if you follow your dreams, it will become true. So that's
beautifully. You know, I was smiling in my heart when you mentioned in the first line, I see myself as an alchemist. Because in these questions, I have also alchemy inside, and you as an alchemist. And it's and we didn't speak about it at all. Yeah. So yesterday,
sorry to interrupt you. September 19th to 24th will be an alchemist conference in Prague, which we have a privilege to take part as a laboratory. We are now sitting in ELIA laboratory, which is the acronym for Electric Life Academy, right? And which is very tightly interconnected with alchemy. So through the manifestation of electricity. And so everyone is invited. I believe that you put some information about the conference into this video, right?
Yes, I will, definitely I will. But back to my questions, because yesterday we have been sitting in the garden in the evening when I arrived. And as always, we had been talking about consciousness. And it's fascinating mysteries. You are a nuclear physicist. My question is it a blessing for you to be a nuclear physicist while you are studying consciousness, making research about consciousness, or a challenge?
I think there are many ways, always there are many different ways how to achieve the goal of understanding who I am, what is the real world, where is all this coming from, and so forth. So to be a nuclear physicist, to me, was a good path to achieve this goal, to try to understand, the most fundamental questions of the real world, right? And now, the most fascinating thing I have discovered is that along the line what all the alchemists are saying for 4,000 years is that the most complicating things are the simplest, right? And vice versa, the most simplest are the most complicated. For example, what is the consciousness, right? The whole world is puzzled, there are tons of books written about, there are theories and so on. Many. And the consciousness is the only thing everyone from us has the all time with you, right? Everybody is conscious, right? Everybody experiences consciousness, the world, right? So it's the most obvious, simple, and achievable something which you have all the time with you, but nobody can, we understand, how quarks make up the protons, or how the black holes collides and generates the gravitational waves and all these things, but we don't understand who we are, right? What is the consciousness? And I think if you really step out from this box, of common sense, let's say, right? Then you suddenly start to see very different picture, and you can start to understand that even these most complicated but most simple things can be in a way understood, because you are nothing but the consciousness, right? So consciousness, to my opinion, is an illusion of life related to all the, okay, so you want me to define the consciousness, how I see it?
Please do.
Okay, so it is somehow difficult to explain in the plain words to other people, but if you think, what is your current experience of reality, right? You see something, you hear something, you touch something, you have all the senses, right? And if you take it really kind of with the true meaning, then you will realize that all sensoric signals are only information. You can never see a real object or touch a real object. You can only sense it by information, right? There is nothing else than the information, right? And the other thing is that you receive kind of the information through your sensors, and you think that the information reflects the real object outside, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it just an interpretation? Isn't it just that you never saw any reality outside you, because all the information you receive from outside gets translated into electrical signals inside your body, your neural network, right?
Eye senses.
Right. And somewhere inside your head, you know, all these vibrations existed as an electrical signal, but they are not, there is no reality, right? There is no light, no sun, no trees, no, just electrical signals. And there must be something inside which observe these electrical signals and interpret them as a reality, right? So I think that's the crucial point which quantum physicists discovered 100 years ago. Ancient mystics discovered that 5,000 years ago, or maybe even longer, right? And that's related that it must be something inside you, all-seeing eyes or something which observe the vibration inside your body and generates, interpret this information as a reality, including your body, right? So from that perspective, I believe at some point people will realize that we are living in a pure simulation, right? And we can, I think we can really prove that the simulation does not reflect anything real. It doesn't exist, right? So, okay, so I don't want to go much deeper into that.
We had very similar conversations many times, and you know that I am also fascinated with the idea of our reality, which is not real as we
think, right?
It is. We mentioned also the book of Michael Talbot, the holographic universe, which I love so much. So yes, it is like that. But
and David Bohm was one of the, you know, greatest quantum physicists, and I think
one of my favorite.
Right, I think he was one of the first who kind of came with the idea of holographic universe, and it really makes sense, you know, much bigger sense than any of these, you know, objective materialistic theories like Big Bang and so on. Okay.
Do you know, by the way, the conversations between David Bohm and Krishnamurti?
Yes, sure, definitely.
They are already on YouTube, and I love sometimes just to for 10 minutes to listen to it. It's a source of huge insights.
Right. Yeah, I think David Bohm, you know, discovered the same thing, right? So it's in a way it's not really new, right? Yeah. But it's amazing, right?
Unfortunately, today we don't have a lot of time because we spent a lot of minutes, almost an hour in your lab, and I'm fascinated by that, what I saw over there. So my idea is that we just today we will have the part 1, and the part 2 we will have online.
Yeah, no problem.
Because we have to hurry to catch our train back to Poznaniu. But what I wanted to say first, I wanted to thank you for accepting my 3rd invitation to our conference. November 22nd, we will have the 4th International Conference for Information and Energy Medicine in Poznań. Don't worry, it's already in your calendar, I know. Yes, it is.
Very good.
Yes, and as you know, I always ask my speakers just to share this topic which is close to their heart at the moment. What do you think will be the topic in our conference in November? What would you like to share with our audience?
Right. You know, this kind of the development in our laboratory is so rapid that I really cannot promise that it will be the same as what I...
But for now,
we
are having June 2025.
I am extremely excited by learning that the plasma, which occupies 99.999% of the whole universe, is really a source of consciousness, and it's living, you know, living being. So I read recently I read a couple of books related to the statement that the universe is a living being. Everything is kind of manifestation of life. There are many interesting observations that if you look at, that's the theory which is called electric universe, right? That there are kind of interconnections, kind of tunnels of electromagnetic plasma between stars, which resembles a lot of a connection between neurons inside your neural network. So it's so fascinating. And for me, there are many kind of abstract theories and speculations and so on, but the most amazing things that we really can observe the manifestation of this conscious plasma in the laboratory. So I think that will be most probably the topic I will speak about.
And I think that we can speak about it also in the second part of our conversation, where you will talk more about these fascinating experiments I saw the last hour in your lab.
And since you are interested in kind of healing and medicine, I think I will also bring up some topics related to healing ability of plasma. Right?
Definitely. You know that plasma and water are also areas I'm very fascinated in. So dear Jan, thank you so much for today. Thank you for having us in your wonderful lab. My son was today always, he was like, I will choose the word shocked when you told him you can touch this golden dragon in the form of how many volts?
400,000 volts.
400,000 volts. He was able to touch 400,000 volts.
Electric discharge. Right?
And it was just amazing experience for him, for his lifetime, I think. So thank you so much. And for our audience, we see you in our conference, 4th International Conference for Energy and Information Medicine. And Jan will be my, I don't want to say one of my favorite speakers, because it will make the other jealous.
Your best friend, right?
You are my very good friend, and we, that's why I'm very happy to see you on our stage, because each time our audience sees you on the stage, I got the question, will you invite Professor Rak again? So that's why I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
See you in November.
See you in November. Thank you.
See you.